What's up, guys? I had this experience I wanted to share with you, and right now I'm feeling completely connected. I feel like I understand the things that God wants for my life, and what He wants each one of us to trust in Him. He wants each one of us to let go of control. He wants each one of us to stop trusting in ourselves more than we trust in Him. Stop trusting in other people more than we trust in Him. Take a step back and say, God, I trust You to direct my life, to control everything in my life. Everything comes from You. Every good thing happens because of You. And see what happens. Because that's what I'm experiencing. That's what I'm doing. I'm saying, God, I can't do this. I'm not You. I can't control the things in my life. I can't control the relationships in my life. I can't control my own business in my life. I can't control what the world thinks. God, I can only have faith in You. I can only trust in You because You created this world. You made everything. You made me. You made every man in Your image. So I'm taking a step back. I've stopped pursuing this idea that I can do everything on my own. And for a while, I may have fooled myself. I may have been able to convince myself that, yeah, you're pretty good, like you can do this, like you're pretty awesome, you're great, you can create this, and yeah, things worked out that way for a little bit. Things actually did go that way. And the funny thing is, God will let us fool ourselves into thinking that we are greater than Him, and then He'll show us that He's greater than us. And I am an example of that. I have been humbled in my life to the point where I see everything that I did, everything that I have done, is only because of the grace of God. It's only because He's given me this amazing vessel to use. I had a conversation last night, and this lady stopped me, and she said to me, she said, "You look healthy." And I said, like, thank you, but what, define healthy. What is healthy to you? And then she started going into like, oh, well, your skin is glowing, like you're obviously fit, this and that. Like, okay, cool. Like you see the physical appearance, and the physical is great. Don't get me wrong, but what we see as human beings, we only see this physical exterior. We only see the world through our eyes. And what's really important is everything that this world is made of, and everything that we're made of, comes from within and within our mind. So really, what I was trying to engage in her was like, you're seeing something and you're perceiving it as healthy, but what's really the most important is what our mind is thinking, what our thoughts are saying, how we view ourselves, Like that all comes from internally. That's all who we are, and that's all God given right there. Is like we have the Spirit of God in each one of us. And if you don't see yourself that way, and you understand that this vessel is created by God and is for us to use to serve God and to serve other people, we're missing the point. You know, it's one thing, and it's great to be in shape, but if you're a shitty person, it doesn't really matter. Like, you know, how you treat other people is how you're going to be treated. So the golden rule is to always treat other people how you want to be treated. So I try to leave some wisdom with this woman, and I try to impart in her some of the beliefs that I have and some of the knowledge that I have. And that was ultimately to give praise to God and to show God, I am aware of what you have done for me in my life, and I'm aware that I couldn't do this on my own, and I'm thankful for you giving me this opportunity. And so it's crazy because we always get wrapped up into thinking that our day-to-day lives rely on us so much, and to a certain extent we have power over that. But if you look at the grand scheme of things, if you look at the world as a whole and you say, how is any of this possible? Well, it's only possible because of God. So us thinking that we can control our lives and we can, you know, manifest and bring everything to our lives on our own will, like, that's just a lie. Like, I'm guilty of it. Like, I've had this struggle, but I understand now, like, my true power lies in letting go and trusting God to be that source of strength and to be that source to provide for me where I wouldn't be able to otherwise provide. And He'll give us the tools, He'll give us the resources, He'll give us the energy, He'll let us meet the people that we need to meet. He's gonna set it up. And the only real job that we have is to sit back and let God do His thing. And if you do that, I promise you, I assure you of that, things are only going to get better. Things are only going to increase, because in God's kingdom, there is no lack. In God's kingdom, there is no limitation. So every single dream, every single desire that you have, that all comes from God. That all comes from within. If He put that in your heart, it's from God. He wants you to have those things. If you desire to live a certain place, if you desire to have a certain physique, if you desire to have a certain spouse, like, all of those are desires from God. So don't doubt that, and don't think for a second that you're going to bring it about in your own life and you're going to be able to maintain it, because that's God's work, you know? Our only work is just to control ourselves on a day-to-day basis and to do the best that we can, to put forward our best effort, to treat other people how we want to be treated, to serve other people. And if you do that, you're going to be serving God. And if you're serving God, like, you can't fail. You cannot fail. So that's my message. That's what I'm sharing with you today. I hope you got some value from it, because this was a huge lesson. This was a massive lesson that I had to learn in my life. And I'm thankful for being shown that I am not the person that is God. Like, I am made in His image, but I'm always gonna fail because of my human limitations. So align yourself with God, align yourself with His truth, and just have faith. Have faith that it's possible. Not because of how good you are, but because of how good God is.